I ended up moving to the Bay.
Okay, so you was in the Bay. So you was in the Bay when you found out about the Vegas incident?
Yes. Yep. I went. My mom called me first thing in the morning and is like, "Are you all right, baby?" And I'm like, the time difference. She's in Queens. I'm in Hayward. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm all right. Why?" But I couldn't sleep that night. I was like tossing and turning, restless. And she's like, "You didn't hear Pac got shot?" And I'm like, "Pac got shot?" Now I'm thinking like Quad, oh, he got shot. He's gonna be all right. Everything's fine. She's like, "No, like he's really hurt." I turn on the news. I start to freak out and panic. The people I was staying in their house, I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get to the airport, like now. You know, um, I got dropped off. I get on the flight. I'm like, anxiety, because now it's like it's serious, and I know it's serious. Um, I think in all that motion, I find out where he's at, and I go there, and like I guess almost all his family is already inside because they have like a private waiting area. So the first people I see is his cousin Mo, and I see Kadada Jones, and you know they're distraught, and Mo sees me, and she's like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Hi." And yeah, I see the other one with her face turned up, looking crazy. And I'm like, "How is he? What's going on?" And she's like, I forgot what Kadada said. It was something that just kind of threw me off. Like, girl, worry about your man in the hospital instead of worrying about the female that has been his friend. I mean, other things as well. But at the end of the day, the love that I had for him and the relationship that we had, you're gonna put a little bit of respect on my name because I'm not just some fan or some body. I've been with and through some things with him, and so his cousin was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go grab my aunt." She goes in the back. They go in the back, and she gets the aunt, and Yasmin comes out, and she speaks to me, and she tells me like his condition, what's going on. He's induced in a coma. Did I want to go see him at that moment? I said no. She said, well, not no. She said, did I want to? If I want to see him, I could see him tomorrow. He should be. They'll take him out the coma. That's what the plan is. And I'm like, okay, I see all the boys were talking, crying, me crying, not them at the time. Um, you know, and they're like, "You good?" I'm like, "I just got here. I don't even know what's going on." They're like, "All right, we got you. Don't worry." So, I he, that was day 2, and I was there. I didn't want to go see him because one thing about him, he always said like, one, he didn't want no funeral. He didn't want people standing over him watching him in a vulnerable position either. So I was like, no, he's getting better. When he's alert and we could talk, I'm gonna see him then. You know, um, it was a wild time. It was a lot of thoughts going around, and um, like not knowing who to trust, who could come in, who could even come inside the hospital. It was very limited. A lot of people did show up for him and show love. I remember seeing Hammer, Yo Yo came, you know, um, Snoop came. Well, those are the people that came when I was there. Adina Howard came. She couldn't go inside though. She was, I guess a friend. And but it was a bad experience that I hate to relive. And you know, um, we thought he was getting better, and but he did have a lot of things, trauma and stuff going on with his body. So, you know, the day he passed, the day before they were like making arrangements to put him in a rehab facility, I think in Arizona, because he would have to, learn how to breathe again, get back to like walking and using his hands properly. But as fate would have it, he didn't make it through that situation, and I think I've said before, like it was wild because, you know, tensions weren't as high. We were starting to feel like, all right, things are changing. Um, we had a van that would take us back and forth to the hospital. So like his mom was getting ready to go. Um, and I was downstairs. So I believe I was going to the hospital as well because I block out a lot of that. But she started winning at the slot machine at the same time. Like, you know how in Vegas you're just in the lobby, they have the machines there. The machine, she hit. And this is the same exact time this man went into cardiac arrest. And that's when she got the phone call, and it was like everybody hit it. Um, I thought that was ironic, you know. And do you have any questions you want to ask me?
Kadada Jones. So when
What
she
about
seen
her?
you, the energy was off. Like she was feeling the type of way seeing you up there. Did
Yeah.
she know that you and Tupac had a prior relationship before her, or
I do not think she thought anything. She I, not no. I don't think she knew that. I think that she probably just thought I was A or B, a fan or a mistress because they were in a relationship. The next day, his mother had told me, like they were engaged. So, I think she just thought I was, she's his girl and nobody else belongs there. But there were other people that had love for him and cared about him. So, and I don't know what was going on in their relationship as well, whether he was stepping out or not. Me knowing him, I find it hard to believe that he would be with just one woman, especially at that time. So,
is it true that Tupac used to get in death threats while he was in the hospital? Like people, they was calling up to the hospital saying they was going to kill Tupac.
yeah, that was they were people calling and having they were calling with death threats. That's why nobody was allowed in there. There was like security all around him, the personal security. Like his mother called in people to watch over him
How did you find
and
that
guard
out?
him.
How did
And
you find out people was calling up to the hospital sending Tupac death threats?
um, one of the boys probably told me because everyone was at the hospital in shifts. At no point in time was he ever unattended by family members. And, so, there's like, certain days I would stay there with some people overnight, like we would just have a few of us taking different shifts, different times of the day to stay and just make sure, nothing happens. Um, Try to protect or, just be alert.
Take me through the moment when you found out Tupac passed away.
I was coming down the elevator, the escalator. His mom was in the lobby. We were getting ready to get in the van to go to the hospital, and she got the call and she said, he's flatlining. And everybody ran. We got to the hospital, we're waiting to hear some type of news when she comes out and she just says, you know, uh, she said he, basically he's gone, that she couldn't put him through anymore, and he's at peace. And then my mind goes to a blank because I don't remember that moment anymore. I just remember the words. And then I remember going back to the hotel, being at the hotel, and I was crying upstairs. Everybody's just reacting differently. Um, some people are angry pacing, some people are, everybody's kind of losing their shit. And I remember that his mother called a meeting, and when I walked into that room and I just saw, like, I just broke down again. And she was just such a strong woman. She pretty much carried everybody through that experience on her shoulders. Um, yeah, that's one thing I'll say about his mother. She was a strong, one of the strongest people I've ever met in my life.